What's going on, people? Footy fanatics. We've got Hash in the house, Arsenal fan. 3-1 to Man City. Arsenal have gone top of the Premier League, Hash, since November. It's been how many months, my friend? Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's. They've gone top of the league on Valentine's, my friend. Happy Valentine's to you, belated. At least you got to celebrate yesterday without knowing what was going to happen, yeah? So you might have had a good Valentine's. Now, we're going to get into whose fault it was. Come on, there's some blame to be had here. Arsenal's tactics, that second half, Nketiah, Gabriel, Saka, one of the best players on the pitch. Want to break it down. We've got another Arsenal fan coming on by the name of Sage, and he should be joining us in a few minutes. But before we get into the game, if you ain't subscribed to this channel, go down, hit the button, subscribe, give us a like, help this channel grow. We're going to bring you the Big Six content every week, Sunday, 9 o'clock on this show. 6 pundits talking Big Six. Arsenal are still in a title race. It's not over, but the pendulum has swung to the blue side of Manchester. The red side of Manchester tonight would have watched that game thinking, do you know what? We might be able to sneak in and ruin this party. But for now, Man City have taken control of this title race. However, Man City have played one extra game than Arsenal. That is really important. Arsenal have an extra game in hand. And that could be the difference at the end of the day. That extra game, those 3 points, if you get them, could be the difference between Arsenal lifting it or not lifting it. So you could argue that Man City take advantage as per the table, but Arsenal still have that extra game in their pocket, and that's going to be huge. So still very level. But let's get into the reaction first of all, Hash. General reaction, mate. How you feeling, boss? Thank you for coming on here. Thank you for showing face. Thank you for plucking up the courage. Listen, when my team loses, I want to put my head under the pillow. I want to get drunk. Or I just want to run away or drive 100 miles away from everyone and just turn my phone off. But you, my man, respect you for coming on with a smile. I love the smile. It's always there with Hash. Win, lose, or draw, this man smiles. And he's still smiling. So big up, Hash. And tell me, bro, how you feeling, man? How you feeling? In one word. Let's start with one word. In one word, without swearing too much. You can swear a little bit on this channel, but in one word, how you feeling right now?
Disappointed. That's it.
Disappointed. All right, cool. Yeah. So, what happened, bro? Let it out. Therapy, bro. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out, bro.
But first off, we're playing well. We started really well, and I was like, hang on, we can probably get something out of this game. And Tomiyasu with that mistake, De Bruyne with that, he hit it first time, and that was a good finish. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people go around, take the touch, go around the keeper,
banging finish.
But it's a good finish. I'll take that away from him. But but that was Arteta's decision. He had to. He swapped Tomiyasu for Ben White, and I think Ben White should have started. I don't know why he didn't start Ben White. I know he probably had a little niggle injury. I'm not sure, but 2 cheap goals he gave.
Did Ben White not start because he's been playing shit? Do you think is that why he didn't start?
I think throughout the whole season we played, he only had 2 bad games. One at probably Brentford, and one at United.
Yeah.
That's it. Those 2 games. Doesn't mean you put him under the bus.
So if you look in those last drop points, so the loss to Everton and the draw to Brentford, was White. Did White play both matches?
The draw against Brentford and the game against Man United, yes.
What about the loss to Everton?
Everton, he did play, but he played well. It wasn't his fault, really. So he did well on that side. So
Arteta's not dropped him. You don't think Arteta's dropped him on performance? Then what has he dropped him on?
I don't know. Probably tactical change.
Really?
Probably tactical.
What does Tomiyasu offer that Ben White doesn't? Or what does Ben White lack? What do you think?
I'm not sure. I think he probably was tired. I'm not sure that's why we didn't play him. Because he did get tired as well. He went off early. But nonetheless, man, it's just 2 mistakes today, man. Come on.
I know. It was a game of 2 halves, my friend. The first half, Arsenal were in the game. You could argue them on top. I think you edged the first half. He had them chances. And Nketiah should have banged you first. That first goal should have been an Nketiah goal.
Yeah,
You should have had that lead. When Arsenal take the lead, generally they're hard to beat unless VAR wants to come to town.
Exactly.
When Arsenal take the lead with the crowd, you guys, it's a different ball game. It's a different atmosphere.
That's what I was only worried about going first, but we responded very well. Got that goal thanks to VAR.
I know he's young. I know he's raw. He's inexperienced. But Nketiah, that header, he just had to get that on target. Hash.
Not even that header. There's a pass from Jorginho at the start. I think the first 15 minutes he made that killer pass, and then he could have squared it to Martinelli, but then he didn't do that, and then he just took a shot. There's just no point, man. I'm so disappointed, man, because I thought we can get something out of this game. At 1-1, I was thinking, yes, we can. We're gonna win it. We're gonna win it. Half time, that's what we need. Is got a goal before half time. Although second half, we're gonna do the same thing, get the goal. But another mistake, man. Gabriel makes that mistake. They go 2-1, and then I knew from 2-1 is either you go gun ho.
So who you putting the blame on for that Grealish goal? Because it starts from the left.
It's Gabriel.
And it moves to the right back.
Yeah, but you can't make a blind pass. You can't just pass it back to the keeper. Just hit. Just pass it, man. Yeah. You can't just make. The way he turned, he passed it blindly backwards. You can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Arsenal are very good at counter pressing. That teams will press Arsenal this season, and Arsenal have that ability to pass it left, right, couple of little triangles, and off they go. That's what Arsenal have been doing this season, almost like how Man City have been doing for years, right? You guys are very good. We've got someone in the comments here saying it's over. Must be an Arsenal fan. Bruv, big up to you, but it's not over. You know why it's not over? And I'm not even an Arsenal fan, because you got a game in hand, bruv. It's not over. It's levels. The game is level. He says total Gabriel's fault for Grealish's goal. Listen, I'm looking at that game, yeah? Gabriel comes out and he gets drawn out and he leaves the space behind him. Now, positioning, maybe it's the heat of the game. It's Man City. He's panicking. But you're supposed to remain cool in these games and hold your position. Gabriel gets sucked into Bernardo Silva. The pass comes through into Haaland. Haaland gives it to the left to Gundogan. And Gundogan to the left.
That was a good pass from Gundogan, though. Good pass, man.
Gundogan, eyes, 360 eyes, man, to the left. And then Grealish bangs it. Ramsdale's about to save it.
Deflection.
Lucky deflection. Tomiyasu again. Tomiyasu again. Now, you can't blame Tomiyasu for that because he's throwing body at the ball. But why is Gabriel shitting himself? Because he shut the bed.
Yeah, for me, big games. He shut the bed. It gets to him big games. Just before that Haaland penalty, but lucky it was offside.
Yeah. Pulled him back. He got terrorized, man. He got terrorized. Gabriel got terrorized. VJ's in the chat. Chelsea fan VJ, it's over, Hash. VJ.
I don't think it's over.
VJ sharpening his knives there, man.
I don't think it's over.
VJ, it's Wednesday, brother. Allow it, bro. It's a weekday, mate. Leave it out.
Yeah.
No, it's not over. It is not over. How can it be over? Your levels, and you got a game in hand. It's not over. All this talk about is over. It's not over. However, as to VJ's comments just now, Man City in the driving seat, too many mistakes. Got to admit,
we gave him a good game, man. We gave him a good game.
You gave him a good game in the first half. You gave him a good game in the first half. Man City was streetwise. Pep was streetwise. He came on Amazon after the game. He goes, I changed it in the first half. We were giving Odegaard too much time, and we were allowing Arsenal to dictate in midfield. So I had Bernardo Silva go from left back to right winger at times. I had the team control that middle of the park and stop Odegaard. He also talked about how he went to a back four. When he brought on Akanji, he switched to a back four. He started at the back three. Let's pull up the game on the screen so everyone watching this can see what we're talking about. So I'm going to bring up the lineup and we can talk through this together, Hash, and we can cry together, my friend. I am not an Arsenal fan by any means, quite the opposite, but I feel your pain, my brother. I feel your pain. Now, let's have a look at this, yeah? So I'm going to full screen this for the viewers so everyone can see what's going on here. Here we go. Let's full screen this, Hash. Yeah, let's full screen this. There we go. Right. So I can see here 3 at the back, yeah? You got Ake, Diaz, and Walker. Now, that first half, that's how it was. Arsenal had the extra man in midfield. You're getting a lot of joy down the left hand. Arsenal were bringing in. You had crosses coming in from Zinchenko from the left. You had Odegaard slotting in passes into Saka, and Saka was destroying and totally bullying Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
Could not hack it.
Yeah.
I think he should have had a yellow in that first half, Bernardo Silva. The ref was kind.
Mm.
Jack Grealish was getting a little bit of joy. De Bruyne obviously scored the goal, but really in the first half, apart from the woodwork, I can't remember who hit the woodwork. Someone came in, and it came off an Arsenal player, hit the woodwork, and that was it for Man City in the first half. Hash, I mean, do you remember any other major chances in the first half from Man City?
Nothing. I don't remember any. Pretty much, that's all it was. Just that. No, nothing. We were dominating.
Nothing. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the stats, lads. Let's have a look at the stats because stats do tell us something. There's the first half, yeah, on the screen. So Arsenal's expected goals. Arsenal on the left there. Expected goals 1.33 xg. Man City 1.03. What that is saying is Arsenal created more chances on goal. Possession. Arsenal had the ball 60% compared to Man City's 40. So you had the ball more. Total shots, Hash. You had 7 shots, they had 4. Now let's look at on target. You had 1 on target and they had 1 on target. The one they had on target was the goal. The one you had on target was, remind me?
The penalty.
Was that the pen then, yeah? Okay, yeah. So there you go. So you had the pen. So you didn't have any other shots on target. Shots off target, shooting boots, headers, and Nketiah. 3 shots off target for Arsenal. Jesus, where are you? Jesus,
we need him back. I think
you need him back. He's the man, the Messiah.
Yeah. He's a block shots. Now we miss him. Now like
you miss him, bruv. He was there at the end, joking and laughing. You know, Pep was saying hello to him, whatever. But he was there in his crutches. I think he's back in a couple of weeks. Corners. Man City had the extra corner. Yellow cards. You had Man City scared. Man City was scared. Look at that. 3 yellow cards. Arsenal 0. That means you're tackling well. You had more of the ball. You had more of the chances. The big chances in the first half, you had 2. Man City had 2. So one of those was the Nketiah. And what was the other big chance? It might be the pen. They had a
big chance where we hit it off the line. But that was, I think that was probably offside. But it didn't get a call off as offside. But it was a big chance where we saved off the line. They had that free kick. They had that free
kick. They hit the woodwork as well. There you go.
They hit the woodwork as well towards the end of that deflection. Yeah.
Arsenal with the counter, you had Saka on it. Martinelli was quiet, and we need to talk about Martinelli in a minute because his season's just gone from bad to worse. Shots inside the box, Arsenal 6 shots in the box. That means your players, your front men got in the box and had 6 shots, bruv. So the one thing that was missing in the first half was you weren't clinical enough. You just weren't clinical enough. Exactly. And no matter who you play against in this league, Everton away, you can have possession. You know, Brentford at home, whoever it is, if you don't put the ball in the back of the bag, this is what happens, man.
Yeah.
You regret later on. Goalkeeper saves. Right, passing. Let's look at this passing. You outpassed City, Hash. You had more accurate passes than City. It's 86% to the 74. You had better long balls. 13 of your 27 long balls were successful. You had 2 out of 11 crosses that were successful. Man City had 0 crosses. Look at Man City, man. You destroyed them with that, with the passing, the long balls, and the crosses. Now it gets interesting, Hash. Now it gets interesting. Dribbles, 60%. Man City had 6 successful dribbles out of the 10 attempted. Arsenal only had 3 out of their 5 dribbles. Now, when I look at Arsenal, Hash, and I look at Martinelli and Saka, and obviously Jesus is out the team, you got the dribblers.
Yeah.
Jorginho is good with the ball at his feet. Odegaard is amazing.
He played good.
Jorginho was good, yeah. I thought Jorginho was good. Possession lost. City lost more possession in that first half. Tackles. You were in there, bruv. The energy, 5 tackles. More interceptions, 7 versus 2. 7 clearances. So you're working really hard. Now, that was the first half, man. So how were you feeling going into halftime, Hash?
Buzzing because that's the response we got. We got the goal. We came back 1-1. I was thinking, just regroup and then go again second half. The way we played first half, I thought we were gonna get that win. I was really confident going to second half. I was excited, man, because we got that goal, and wicked penalty from Saka. The way Ederson was pointing to his right, and then Saka hit it on that side, on the left side. So
Yeah.
wicket pony for Saka, but I don't know, man. Where we just went wrong, man. Can't believe it. Like you just showing us the stats. We were dominating every aspect of the game, and I'm just disappointed, man. I'm just disappointed because I couldn't believe it, man.
I know, bro. That second half
Once
was
that
was.
third goal went in, I was just like, oh no, man. It's
Do
just
you know what? That second half was the opposite of the first, man. I'm watching that as a neutral. Yeah, that second half, everything you did in the first, right? The second half was the opposite of that. So let's look at the
should have
second
targeted
half
that,
now.
man.
Yeah, yeah, nice. It was a shock. It was a shock. I think you came out and you had a good little start to the second half. Actually, it wasn't all negative. You had a good sort of little mini start. You had the ball, a bit of control there with you're controlling the game. But now let's look at the second half stats, Hash. So as you can see on my screen, yeah, this is the second half.
Yeah,
You had 68% of the ball. Now, Man City just took their chances, bro.
yeah,
That's all it
exactly.
was.
Yeah,
Second half, yeah. They had 5 shots to your 3. But this is where I'm really disappointed with Arsenal, mate. This is where I'm really disappointed with Arsenal, mate. 0 shots on target. Man City 5 on target.
mm.
How do you explain that, bro?
I don't understand. I just think we just lack that final pass, man. That final pass, that final ball, and Eddie with his decision making towards the end. Just I don't know, man. I just don't know where we're wrong,
What
man.
happened to the midfield, Hash? What happened to the midfield, man? Because games are won and lost in midfield. If
Yeah.
Party starts that game, do you think? I know
Well,
it's
Jorginho had a good game. He had a good game. Yeah, let's not take that away from him. He did. He didn't. If you look at Shaka, he made loads of mistakes. He lost the ball a couple of times as well, and that led to like many shots that City took as well. But if Partey started that game, of course it would be a different game. That I think that first half from Arsenal, I think we would have got we would probably scored 2 goals. But I think we lack that cutting edge. That's what I think it was. That cutting edge. That's what it was. If you saw the second half, that final ball Shaka could have made to Martinelli, he didn't do that. It just it's that cutting edge, man. City have that. You saw the what do you call it? The second goal Grealish. That pass from
mm,
Gundogan, just that final pass. I think if that was one of our players, they would take that shot. They wouldn't even pass it that way.
mm.
So it's just that cutting edge. Of course, they're young, the youngest team in the league. So you are gonna make some
20,
mistakes, and
25 years old. That team is average
exactly. So
age,
you're gonna
and
you're still raw.
no team has ever
But
won the Premier League at an average age of 25.
yeah,
Never been
yeah.
done in all the
So
years.
but it just shows we missed Jesus and Partey. That's it. 2 of our best players not playing and giving City a good game. If I think if Jesus was there, Partey was there, that's it. Would have won that game easily. Because
Yeah,
I
let's
thought, I'm
just.
not gonna lie to you, yeah. When I was
Mm,
watching that game, I was more afraid United coming here to
mm,
Central City. I was more afraid of Rashford, those people. You know what I mean.
mm, mm,
City didn't scare me as much.
mm, mm.
So
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Weren't City aren't the team that just banging crosses, get
yeah,
physical.
yeah,
Like they don't come at you rock and roll like Liverpool used to be. They're not that. They love the possession. They love like taking their time. But what they do is when they click and they're all slick in that, everyone just know where everyone's running.
exactly,
Like
exactly.
when Haaland gets the ball to Gundogan, he knows. Grealish knows where to be. It was all synchronized when I was watching them. But what they don't do is they don't force the ball. City don't force the ball. They show very little panic. Like when they
Yeah,
get the ball, almost it's like they're in training in their Man City training complex. They don't. It's like they don't feel stressed. They don't feel pressure. And you know what that is, Hash? For me, that is because they've listen. 80% of that team has picked that thing up 2 or 3 times. The
yeah,
Walkers, the Diazes, the De Bruynes, the Gundogans, the Silvers. These guys don't feel pressure because for this, it's just another game. It's just another Premier League game. And they showed that today, man. They showed coolness, they were streetwise, and they just in that second half showed me the difference between the mentality of a champion compared to unfortunately 11 players that haven't lifted that trophy of except Zinchenko. Except
yeah,
Zinchenko.
yeah,
And for me, apart from Zinchenko, who was revving everyone up, he was getting the crowd going, because he knew in his head, we need this crowd, because he knew his mates from Man City were just growing in stature in that second half. He could feel it. He could see it. He's been in that team. He
yeah,
knows what it's like. And Man City were like, when It's like they strangled you and they were just tightening in the second half. And
Mm.
Arsenal were suffocating. And then you get mistakes. And Gabriel would never do that. You're playing Crystal Palace or someone, he slides that ball down the left. He gives it back to the keeper. Or he goes up top long, row X. But he doesn't do that. He panics. And this is what pressure does to the best players. You know, even top players like Saliba, Gabriel and Saliba have been amazing this season. Tomiyasu, does he do that under pressure? You know, how much is pressure affecting Arsenal? Take your Arsenal hat off. Do you think the heat's getting to you guys? Or do you just blame it on mistakes?
Well, it's mistakes, isn't it? We have been making mistakes the past couple games. So we're just like teams like City, they're gonna punish you, man. You give them that chance, they'll score. We made 2 mistakes. They scored 2 goals. Simple as. So
I think Arsenal were outplayed, Hash. Arsenal were outplayed in that second half, Hash. It wasn't just mistakes. You know when we say mistakes, yeah, that's like me saying to you, we controlled that whole 95 minutes, but they had daylight robbery. They came along, we made 2 mistakes, and they won. That's what you call blaming it on mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I blame it on.
We did feel the pressure.
You made it harder for yourselves with the mistakes, but in that second half, around the 60th minute, he went back to a back four. When he went to the back four, it just evened out the field a bit for me. The corners were harder for Arsenal to get down. You know, you weren't getting that width that you were getting in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. Saka was getting the ball a lot and stuff. Yeah,
that's it. He realized, Pep, you know what? Take the money away for a second. Take away the UAE money. Take away the Galacticos. The man made the right decisions in the 60th minute. He made that decision to go to a back four. And he said it at half time. He said Odegaard was getting too much space in the first half. And Arsenal have been playing well because teams back off them and respect them, deservedly so, because that team can hurt you. In 5 seconds, that ball could be in the back of the net. Arsenal are slick with their passing and their movement. They've got quick players. They've got intelligent players.
Yeah.
But there's always 2 or 3 players, Hash, in every team. If you close them down, whether it's ugly or whether it's tactical, then you've got a chance of winning. And Pep closed down Odegaard. Pep closed down a bit of Saka's threat, right? And Pep outthought Arteta. The master, the teacher outthought the student, if you ask me. Now, we talk about mental pressure, Hash. Let's go back 3 games. You went to Man City in the FA Cup. You didn't want to win that game. You tried to win that game, but you didn't put on your best players. We were speaking about this the other day, me and you at the gym. Man City won that game in the 92nd minute, whatever it was, yeah? The mental shift, Arsenal winning. Had you beat Man City with your first 11 at the Etihad in the FA Cup, that would have put down a massive marker to say we will beat you wherever we play you, whenever we play you. We're not going to throw in the towel.
Agreed,
and you said to me yesterday as well, you said to me, Josh, you know what? Looking back at it now, the one team you don't lose to is your rival in any competition. Yeah. Not in the FA Cup, not in the League Cup, not even in the Charity Shield when the season starts. You want to batter your rival every time you play them. And when Man City beat you 1-0 because Arteta decided to rest his players, that meant you came back from Manchester on that long flight, whatever, long trip back, 6, 7, 8 hours, as a losing team for the first time since when? Since Man United away. That's the last time Arsenal tasted defeat, was Man United away. And that was unfair because you played well. The Man City game, you tasted defeat. Unfortunately, you went to Everton that had a manager bounce. Because had Lampard been in charge, you would have smashed them 3-4-5-0, 100%. Exactly. They were getting ripped by everyone. You got unlucky with Sean Dyche, but I still have to blame Arteta because he should have, would have changed it at some point against the Everton game as well. Then Brentford came to town, and people are saying, "Are Brentford going to beat Arsenal?" All them headers going around at the back, all them silly chances that you were giving Brentford. Brentford, Tony hits the woodwork. Those other chances Brentford had. We had Sage on this channel, who came on the episode 4 on Sunday and said Brentford for the better team. He respect to Sage. You know, if he's watching this now or not, hand on his heart. He said, "Listen, forget VAR, forget the goal for Tony. We were shit. We didn't deserve to win that game." And he got a lot of hate. He was messaging me the other day because I'm getting hate for saying how it is. from people that know me as an Arsenal fan saying, listen, what are you talking about? We would have won that game if it wasn't for VAR. He goes, bro, forget 93 minutes or no 90 minutes. The first 89 minutes before that VAR decision, Arsenal were not better than Brentford at home. And then obviously today, I think the crowd got you up. I think the crowd was there with you. But unfortunately, yes, there were mistakes. But unfortunately, Hash, that second half, Man City just went into, for me, Man City went up another gear. And Arsenal couldn't find another gear. Let's go with the lineup, bruv. Yeah, because I know you're still bleeding from this result, mate. And you know, I don't want to rub salt in the wounds, yeah, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm just trying to say it how it is. Because if we blame mistakes and we don't look at the performance, then I think we're being naive. The performance, Man City were better in the second half. Man City were better in the second half. Arsenal weren't. Now, this lineup here, you said to me earlier that Ben White should have started, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, on here, the rating for Tomiyasu is 5.5. I don't know if you can see it on your screen there, yeah? It's 5.5, right? So these guys have given him a poor score, yeah? The lowest score. You told me Tomiyasu started because it must have been tactical because Ben White wasn't injured. Ben White's not been playing poorly. So the reason you think he started Tomiyasu was because of tactics.
Yeah, I'm guessing they'll just to keep Grealish a bit quiet. So that's why I think, because Ben White does always make. But I think we could have, if we started Ben White, yeah. Look, we could have like, he creates that overlapping run on the right. How much space do you have on the right hand side in the first half? We had loads of space.
Is Tomiyasu a better defender or a better attacker in his position?
I think Tomiyasu is a better. Well, in this season, Ben White's done well in terms of defending. But I think overall, I think Tomiyasu is a better defender. He doesn't give that much going forward, but he is a better defender. In terms of 1v1, as in like if someone wants to outpace him, he's quick. He's really quick.
The thing is, Tomiyasu, right? You're saying is a better defender or as good as defender.
As in his 1v1 battles.
Yeah, but going forward, he's not as good as Ben White.
Yeah.
So looking at the other side at Man City, you can see Jack Grealish, you can see Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake, Gundogan, right, on that left-hand side for Man City. There's no one there with crazy pace. Like, I'm looking at Jack Grealish. He's not super quick. Ake ain't super quick. Bernardo Silva ain't super quick. Neither is Gundogan. So what was Arteta's process in his mind? Because if you on that left, if you had, say, Foden or Sterling or a quick player, I would say fair enough. We don't want to get exposed.
Exactly, yeah.
But what the hell was Arteta thinking? Because Ben White could have outpaced Ake and Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva down that right side.
Overlapping, that's what's been working for us. He's always starting games, Ben White. I don't know why. I don't know why. Probably need to look at the press, what Arteta's thoughts were. Or started Tomiyasu. I don't know if Ben White had a little injury. I'm not sure. Or he's resting him. I'm not sure, man. But Josh, man, I'm disappointed, man. I thought we were going to win this game, man. I came in like with high hopes, thinking I will win. I don't know, man.
I said something on episode 3 or 2, I think it was. Yeah, we were talking about this is when Arsenal hadn't even lost to Everton. This was the episode before Everton.
Yeah,
and I said on that show something. I've been, you know, I know I'm a bit older than you and stuff, and that doesn't mean I know more. But having seen the Premier League since the day it began, I've always noticed a common denominator, mate. There's one common denominator with the team that wins the Premier League, and do you know what that is, mate? Squads win titles, not first 11s. It is so boring for me to say that, but it's so true. Man United, the squad won them titles. You know, when Arsenal had that squad, the Invincibles, it won them titles. The only team that's done it with the first 11 is Liverpool against City a few years ago. They didn't have any injuries and they just did it. But mate, the chances of you with this same first 11 just keep banging out wins. So unlikely, man. And today, off the bench, what did Arteta have? Now, Trossard instead of Martinelli. Everyone I spoke to, every Arsenal fan, and Sage was saying this on the last episode, we've got to start Trossard. Why did he start Martinelli, mate? Do you reckon it's a trust thing? Do you think he doesn't want to break his heart? Do you think he's is it bad management? Is it poor management, poor decision making? Would you have started Trossard?
I would have. I said to you just during the week that I would start Martinelli because that pace he brings, and but I don't start. I don't know, man. But I get why you should start Trossard because he scored that goal. He did come on, look a bit lively again today, but Martinelli is always he's always goes in my starting lineup. But today, by looking at his performance, he didn't play that well. He didn't play that well.
No, he
But
didn't play that well. He
I
didn't
didn't play
play
that
that
well.
well.
But
He hasn't been playing well recently, Martinelli.
yeah,
And here we've
I
got,
just think
let's read out this comment. Martinelli has been quiet since he does not get much support on the left-hand side, and that's why we need Jesus. What do you say about
yeah,
that, Hash?
yeah, 100% agree. When Jesus plays, he plays much better. He gets the goals, assists. He's always interlinked because Jesus goes on the left side, he goes to the middle, so they know each other. That's that Brazilian link-up play, man. So
Mm.
yeah, man,
So
we're
and
missing
and
Jesus
Katie
time.
is not maybe because Jesus has a lot of assists.
Yeah,
People don't realize Jesus has a lot of assists, and I think he has more assists than goals, Hash. And he's your top man.
yeah.
And a lot of those assists have been to the left
Martinelli,
as well,
Saka. Yeah,
Martinelli and Saka, yeah, to the right. So Jesus is missing, and Ketia obviously ain't Jesus. Probably couldn't
yeah,
even tie his shoes, to be fair, especially after today's performance.
yeah,
So
man.
now you're lacking up front, yeah. The transfer window, G mentioned this, yeah, in the last episode. Arsenal had money. We all know Arsenal had about 150 mil or 130 mil. They're willing to buy that much talent with Felix's loan,
Mm,
with
mm.
Mudrik, with Caicedo. There was about 100 million in the bank. Why didn't Arsenal go and buy more players in the transfer window? Do you think Arteta was right to keep that squad humming in its happy environment and not bring in any big players, any 28-year-old, 30-year-old egos? Or
But,
do you think? I mean, why? Why didn't you go and
well,
you needed another striker, Hash. You know you needed more
well,
players in that midfield.
the form what Eddie was on, he was a form of his life. You know, scoring goals, banging goals, and we tried to go for Felix. It's not like we didn't make a bid. We made a bid, but it was just too expensive now. You know, and Mudrik as well. We tried to go for him, but we got a plan B, which we Trossard, which is okay, I guess. We tried to go for that Brighton CDM, but in the end we didn't get him. So you got Jorginho. So we this year we went for our plan Bs. Last year we didn't go for plan B. That's how we lost that top four. I get what you mean. We do need a striker, but Eddie was informed that time.
You know
But
what? You know what
this
it
was the
is.
JC's kind of game, man. I'm just I don't know what to say,
Hash,
man.
Hash. You know what it is,
I'm out
yeah.
of
When
words,
you're
man.
when Tottenham were in the race with Leicester that season, and even though we finished behind you lot in a two-horse race, yeah,
Yeah,
egg on my face. That January transfer window, the Tottenham fans were begging the Tottenham board to go and just lay it out, man. Just don't about money. Money's not important. What's important is the Premier League title. It probably comes around once or twice in cycles of 10 years or 15 years because you go through evolutions. You change your squad and you go again and you go again.
yeah.
Arsenal are on the brink of such a beautiful, such a slick team. Arsenal are on the brink. They just need a sprinkle of quality. That bench needs a sprinkle of a couple of like seasoned 28, 29 year olds. None of this. NK is a young boy. You can't blame him. How can we blame a guy that 12 months ago was it on the last year of his contract?
Yeah, yeah,
That Arsenal fans didn't even care if he left. How can we
yeah,
blame a guy that when you got 100 grand a week at the number 14, Arsenal fans were saying, what's going on? Like, why? He's not that good. Why have we given him the 14? Why are we giving him
mm,
100 grand a week? And I don't mind a player like that because you keep him humming behind a Jesus, which is what Arsenal have been doing. Jesus is your number one. But this is what I'm going to say, bro. When you're in a title race and you're like, 3 points, 4 points, 6 points ahead at the beginning of December, at the beginning of January, you got a game in hand. Your biggest rival, Man City, has a squad better than any squad in the Premier League. Any squad. Show me a squad better than Man City, mate, and I'll happily admit I'm wrong. There's no squad better in the league than Man City. When you know your bench is whack, when you know you've got money, a lot of money, you go out in the January window and you overpay. You overpay, bro, because you know what you're paying for. You're paying for the
mm,
moment. You're paying for that moment there, bro. You're paying for this match. You're paying for bringing on these players when Nketiah is suddenly having a shit game because he ain't got experience. You're bringing on that player because Thomas Partey's injured And Jorginho, whilst he's a great player in that, we know he's lacking defensively. We know he's lacking in certain departments. Chelsea wouldn't have let him go. Would Chelsea give Arsenal a great player for no reason? No, they wouldn't. So for me, Hash, and I know it's hard to hear this now because off the back of a loss, Arsenal in the transfer window, they bottled it. They bottled it. Their transfer window, I give it a 6 out of 10. I'll probably give it a 5 out of 10. Because tell me what they did in that transfer window that was amazing. Honestly, what was amazing? Look, Chelsea went and did amazing, bro, and they're mid-table, right? They ain't in no title race, man. They're mid-table. So they just want to get top 4 now. That's all Todd Bowley wants, is top 4 Champions League, right? And of course he wants that because Chelsea are known to be in the Champions League. Arsenal haven't been in a title race for how many years? I don't know, man. Probably since the Leicester City one, yeah? You could, at the end there, you put a little form together. We were chatting about it. And for me, Edu and the Arsenal board flopped it in the January transfer window. Hash. And I understand the best players don't want to leave in the January transfer. The clubs don't want to let their best players go in the January transfer window. No way. You're halfway through the Champions League. You're in the Europa League, whatever league you're in. But money talks. Money always talks. And if you put the wages down, you turn the player's head, you give the agent a nice fee, and you say to the selling club, there you go. There's 20 million more than you want. There's 10 million more than you want. Because now I'm looking at Arsenal, and without Partey, without Jesus, there's a spine missing there. That's your spine. One more injury, and it's over, bro. It's over.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, we're screwed. Yeah, one more. You're right.
One more, and it's over. It's over. The party done. Party done.
Odegaard goes. It's got. Yeah.
Party done, mate. Party done. Top 4, great. Top 4, great. Amazing, brilliant. Arsenal back in the Champions League. I think it's been 6 seasons since Arsenal played a Champions League game. 6 seasons. That's too long for a club like Arsenal. But title race will be one of them ones where you rue it. Now let's talk about that second goal, Hash. Yeah. So the first goal was De Bruyne. We blame Tomiyasu. Should Ramsdale have come out running like that? Because I've seen some comments on Twitter saying Ramsdale's just to blame as much as Tomiyasu. Ramsdale should have stayed on his line a bit.
No. I don't think so. If you watch that pass from Tomiyasu, it was just it was a blind pass. It wasn't even straight to the keeper. It didn't even hit the box. It was just a blind pass. He just panicked at the moment. You should see his face when he made that pass. You could see his face. He messed up there.
I think what's happened is, look, Ramsdale's come out to receive the pass because that's what you do when a pass is coming towards you as a goalkeeper. You take a few yards step forward, right? Because you don't wait for it to roll into you. So I get Ramsdale coming out to receive the pass, but there's an argument that Ramsdale came too far out, leaving himself exposed. But then obviously you can't blame Ramsdale because he didn't expect the ball to go
exactly
into the best attacking midfielder probably in the world at this time. In De Bruyne. One shot, left foot as well. And I think it hit his shin. It didn't even hit his proper foot. And he put enough grip on it. Right at the end, it looked like it was going to hit the post and it crept inside. So Tomiyasu's to blame for number 1. Number 2 goal, which is the Grealish goal, we're blaming Gabriel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we're blaming Gabriel, yeah.
Okay. We're blaming Gabriel on that one. Anyone else to blame on that one?
No, that's it. I'll just Gabriel, man. Just that blind pass he made, and that's it. They counter-attacked and scored a goal.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Hash, you got Gabriel, you got Saliba. Could Saliba have done anything better in that, do you think? Because Haaland has a lot of space. And should Saliba have covered his mate Gabriel to cut Haaland out? Or was it just such a bad mistake? You can't blame him.
I mean, you can't blame Saliba, man. You can't blame him. There was he had to go to Haaland. Haaland's the main threat.
Saliba went to Haaland, and Haaland passed him, and then Gundogan from midfield. Where was Xhaka? Where was your DMs? Why they're letting Gundogan? I got a screenshot here. Let me put this on the thing. Yeah. Why? What is my man?
I haven't seen that.
What is my man next to the ref on his own? Can you see him there next to the ref?
It's just because we lost the ball so high up, and then they just. I haven't looked at that picture, so I'll probably go back and look at it.
No, I mean, I know it's hard. Obviously, you just
it's hard. But I just saw in the moment. In the moment, what I saw was just Gabriel made a blind pass.
Not to make things worse, Tomiyasu's got Grealish behind him.
Yeah,
look at that. Yeah, Grealish is behind Tomiyasu, mate. Look at that. He's there. Tomiyasu knows he's there because he's right in front of him. Yet somehow Grealish.
He shouldn't have played him. He hasn't played that many games this season, Tomiyasu as well. So I just thought it's a bit. I don't know. It's a bit. Why is he playing along? Nearly every game of the season, and I just don't know, Josh.
Yeah,
Man, if it's
Tomiyasu was your worst player on the pitch, man.
yeah,
Gabriel was up there as well. Now
Tomiyasu, Nketiah had a bad, just bad game as well.
that third goal, yeah, I don't know who you want to blame on that one. Any particular blame on the third goal?
But third goal, just give him a good goal, man.
That was Man City at their best, wasn't it? De
Yeah,
Bruyne
that's
to
a good goal, man.
Haaland,
Good goal.
and that finish,
Took
yeah,
every,
like I don't know if he purposely meant to
yeah,
hit it into the ground, but that finish,
yeah.
he's caught Ramsdale off.
Ramsdale did save us one point when Zinchenko made that error, and then he came out and stopped Haaland. So yeah, so I would agree with that person. So Ramsdale did nothing wrong. So he was good. He saved it, kept us in the game basically. And yeah, Josh, I'm disappointed, man. I don't know what's gonna happen now, man. We just need to win every game now. If we're gonna win the title.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you, bruv. As a bro, I'm gonna be a bro to you right now. I'm not forget I'm a fan, forget I support Tottenham, forget all of that shit, yeah. At the end of the day, bruv, this is Man City, bruv. Bruv, this
Yeah,
is
I know,
Man
man.
effing City, bruv. This is
Yeah,
Pep Guardiola, bruv. My man's bringing on Calvin Phillips, bruv, for a joke.
yeah. I
100
now
a
I
mil.
know how Liverpool
100
feel,
mil.
man. I know
Bruv,
how Liverpool feel now.
he's taking the piss, bruv.
Yeah,
That's not even his first 11. My man has got rid of his best left back, Cancelo, out.
yeah, exactly.
Alex Ferguson style. Yap Stam out. David Beckham out. Cancelo out. Yeah. This is Man flipping City. Ask Liverpool fans about Man City. Yeah. They are Premier League proven, and this is what they live, eat, and sleep. It's the Champions League that they struggle in. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where the pressure gets them in the
yeah, exactly,
semis. That's
exactly.
where they get done over, bruv, in Europe, bruv. But this stuff is bread and butter. Where do Arsenal go from here, Hash? You go to Villa. You go to Leicester away. You go to Villa away. Let's bring it up, yeah?
Mm.
Like, surely, mate, you're going to win these games, man. Come on. Arsenal showed in that first half. Most teams in that first half, you would have gone in 2-3-0 up.
If Party's fit, then yeah, we'll probably win those games going away. But we need to like.
Party's going to be back. Party's going to be back. I think this Party's back on the road. When Party's back and Jesus is back, your Party is back on the road, bruv. Yeah, Jesus is phenomenal. His work rate. The only problem with Jesus, Hash, I'll be real with you, is he going to be the same Jesus that you had in the first half of the season with that injury?
Well, I'm not sure. We need to see a game. But he should be ready by end of February, I guess. So I think for maybe.
I just wonder when he comes back in, is he going to be that Rottweiler that he was in the first half? You know, because when you come back with an injury, I've seen it with players in my own club and other clubs. When you come back with an injury, you always want to just take those first 3-4 games and just get your groove back.
Yeah,
and
we'll guess we have to
you know
see.
what I mean.
We'll
see what happens. We'll see what happens. The other problem I think you've got with Partey is this niggle going back to last season, the season before. Is his injury the same reoccurring injury that he's had in the past?
I think they said he had a tight muscle, so that's all it was. I think they didn't want to risk it, you know. Let's say he played today and that he got a hamstring injury, for example, and he's out for 4 weeks. So I just think it was just precaution that they didn't play him today. And they thought of the bigger picture, like, you know, just keep him fit the whole season. So he is our main player. I think you don't want to risk him. Let's say Arteta did play him, and then he got injured and he went off, then we'll be calling for Arteta like, well, why'd you do that? You know what I mean? Should have just rested him.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plans out on it. So
it's Arsenal's title race still on, Hash?
Of course it's still on. Come on, man. So if you looked at it, if you told me like start the season, yeah, Arsenal, let's say on 15th February, you're gonna be like, you know, same points with a game in hand. I'll be like, yeah, why not? I'll take that any day.
100%, mate. You would have taken second right now. You would have taken third right now. You would have taken fourth right now at the beginning of the season. But you know what? Yeah, listen, let's get some perspective here, Ash. You're right. I like this realism, bro. I like this realism, yeah. Arsenal are not in a false position because they've deserved their battered teams to get to this point, to accumulate this many points. Arsenal have battered their way to this position. Tonight, they got undone by a better team. They got undone with some mental pressure, which caused mistakes from players that otherwise have been amazing. And they got done in the second half by a better coach and a better team. We've got a comment here from Yer saying disappointing night, but we move on and have trust at 100%. That first half was vintage. Not all of it, but those moments of vintage Arsenal. The way Saka was doing his thing. You were missing Jesus because he would have caused them problems, and you're missing Partey in midfield. So Arsenal fans, this is not over. This is an emotional reaction. That's all it is. This is anger. This is frustration. I promise you on Friday, you'll be looking forward to Aston Villa, the early kickoff. You go up to the Midlands, away to Villa Park. Good evening, good afternoon,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Emery, Unai Emery, all again.
Yeah, let's see.
Now,
Not we don't know. We might pull it
now
over.
Unai Emery, some of them players he knows them, but most of them are new, right? This is the Arteta Arsenal. This isn't what he left behind, yeah, with whoever was there. He knows a couple of them players, right? You beat Villa, you got top of the league again, my friend. You got top of the league again, yeah. It's 3 points clear. Man City play at 3 o'clock away to Nottingham Forest. Not an easy place to go, Nottingham Forest. Trust me, they make it hard for you, but I think they'll win that. The next game you've got is Leicester away. They're banging in goals, but the defense is wide open. So you win that for me as well. 6 points. Now we start with March. Everton at home. Your bogey team, your bogey manager, Sean Bogey Dyche, comes to the Emirates to put it back on you. But I think you'll win that one too. Because quality, in the end, at home, you're gonna do it. Jake Jesus and Party are back. You're gonna do that, yeah. You then go to Bournemouth.
You got Bournemouth.
You then got Bournemouth easy. Fulham should be 3 points. Palace. So, bruv, this thing's gonna go on into April. This thing's gonna go on to April. The next game, right, I see you potentially dropping points. Yeah, and we'll load it up now and see what it is. Right? I think you've got Anfield away, and you've got Chelsea at home, and you got Anfield away. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. We have to go to Anfield. You got Chelsea at home,
and you got Chelsea at home and Anfield away.
Yeah. April. I think April we do have Man City. Is it Man City?
You got Man City away. Yeah. So you've got basically Man City away. You got Anfield.
Yeah.
Liverpool away.
Yeah.
You got
Chelsea at home.
Chelsea at home.
Hmm.
You got Newcastle away.
Yeah.
That's four teams I'm counting where you could drop points. And then obviously the Brentfords, Brightons, I don't know how many of those you got away or whatnot. But Arsenal's home form has been lacking, Ash. Arsenal's home form has been lacking.
Last three games, yeah. The draw against Newcastle, draw against Brentford, and a loss today at Man City, man. Just, I don't know, man. Can we go through Man City fixtures? Just want to have a look.
Yeah, 100%. In fact, it's funny you said that because I'm not loading them up right now. Just give me a second on Man City's fixtures. When do you play that second leg? I call it the second leg, like it's a Champions League fight, like it's a Champions League game, but it is a second leg, isn't it? Because if you beat them, then it's all square, man. If you beat them away, it's all square. But let's see when it is. It's all square. There's nothing's been lost in terms of the title race. The worry I have for Arsenal is a mentality shift.
Mm-hmm.
That second half, mate. So at half time, it was such a mad first half. Half time, I went and got myself a glass of water and I came back and I went, right, you know what? This is going to be the best second half. Going off the first half. It was Tyson Fury Wilder. It was Tyson Fury against Wilder. It was punch for punch and you couldn't call it. Arsenal punched Man City a couple of times in that first half. You got the pen. Man City got that goal, obviously. It was a lucky goal. The second half, I thought, right, okay, you know what? This is a clash. We've got a real clash on right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened to Arsenal, man. 65 minutes, they just
caved. I don't know.
Caved, mate. Caved. And this is the worry, Hash, because you know what? If I said to you now, Arsenal created 3 big chances in the second half, they missed 3. Man City created 3 big chances and they scored 2, then we're cool because we're sitting here going, it was just the finishing. But your play suffered in the second half. And I don't know what that was. Was that, well, listen, we know what it was.
I think just pressure got to us, man.
Pressure, but Pep changing the game. Pep changed the game. Pep went full at the back. He stopped Odegaard from dictating. Yeah. And I think now Everton have shown how to stop Arsenal. Brentford have shown how to stop Arsenal. Man City have shown how to stop Arsenal. People are believing Aston Villa will be looking at going, let's do what Everton did. Let's get ugly. Yeah, let's stop these passing lanes. Stop Odegaard. Stop Arsenal. Yeah, stop Saka. Stop Arsenal. And I'm going through that team. Who else is a baller apart from Saka and Odegaard right now in that team? Who else is going to scare me? If I'm Unai Emery, There's two players I've got in my head right now to stop on the weekend. It's Saka and it's Odegaard. I'm sorry, but Martinelli now, it's not scary anymore. It's just not happening for some reason.
Yeah, probably not.
Trossard,
Oh, yeah.
Trossard, yeah, but he's not as good as Saka. Nketiah, I ain't worried about Nketiah. The boy gets into good positions, but he can't finish. That's the problem with Nketiah. He's weak, and you know what I mean? He's just not, he ain't got the presence and he ain't got the finishing. I'm looking at Arsenal's team now, and it doesn't scare me anymore because Martinelli's gone off form. Jesus ain't playing. Party ain't there. Suddenly, Arsenal aren't scary anymore. And that's the problem, Hash. That is the problem, mate. But let's bring up them fixtures, mate, before we end this call. Is there any questions in the comments, guys? Hit the like button. We'd appreciate all your likes and comments. Subscribe to this channel. Every Sunday, 9 p.m., we go through the big six teams, the weekend's results, predicting the Premiership. We have a quiz. We have a team of the week. Make sure you join us every Sunday, 9 o'clock. We had to do this show tonight because of the impact of this game on the title race was so big that we had to do this show tonight to talk about this. And Hash, we've been saying for about a month, probably about 6 weeks, when I see you at the gym, and it's like, are you going to win the title? And you've always said to me one thing: I'll let you know on the 15th. I'll let you know on the 15th. You've been sitting on that fence, bruv. You've been sitting on that Selco fence, bruv, for about 2 months now. And you said, I'll let you know on the 15th. I'll let you know. Every time I'm like, all right, Hash, all right, 15. Valentine's Day, bro. Valentine's Day, bro. Like, yeah, I'll let you know on the 15th. We're here now. And you're saying you don't think you're going to win it now?
No. I'll see. We'll save for that show on Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll save for that show on Sunday. Let me just see how they bounce back against Aston Villa. Sunday, I'll tell you. Sunday, yeah. But yeah, run through me the Man City fixtures.
You're gonna beat Villa, bro. You're gonna beat Villa. I'm telling you now. You're gonna win the next 3 or 4 games. Arsenal will win the next 3 or 4 games. Yeah, I'm telling you now. Right? It's not a question of whether you're going to win the next 3 games. You are going to win the next 3 games. But it's now down to the 6-pointers, the Anfields, the Chelsea at home, the Liverpool away. It's down to those now. This is what it comes down to. Arsenal,
who did Man City need to go to? So who do they need to go to?
Man City, I'll tell you now. So Man City, there's your Arsenal fixtures, yeah? So Man City, where's my phone gone, man? I've dropped my phone, bro. I'll find out in a minute. Man City's fixtures. I will find out in a minute, bro. But there aren't too many scary ones. I know they got RB in the Champions League away. Man City have got RB in the Champions League away. And then they've got Nottingham Forest this weekend. All right, so here we go. Man City's fixtures, yeah? So this Saturday, 3 o'clock, Man City go away to Nottingham Forest. That's going to be 3 points. In the UEFA Champions League on Wednesday, 4 days later, they go away to Germany to play RB Leipzig.
Okay, that's away. Okay.
That's away. Then
on Saturday,
4 days later, on Saturday, they play Bournemouth away.
Oh, come on, man.
For me, that's 3 points.
Yeah,
well. 3 points. Yeah, that's 3 points. All right. Next, after Man City beat Bournemouth away, 3 days later on Tuesday, they play Bristol City away. They're in, you know what? Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League. They're on the treble, bruv. They're on the treble, man, and they're on the treble. So they play Bristol City. They're going to beat Bristol City away. We know they are. Now, here's where they might slip up. Remember this date, bruv. The 4th of March. Man City play on the 4th of March. Just 4 or 5 days after that FA Cup, they play Newcastle at home.
Okay.
Eddie Howe.
We're playing Bournemouth for that day, so okay.
Yeah, so Man City might slip up there. Then after that, if Man City beat Newcastle, they go away to Crystal Palace, a very difficult place.
Vieira, come on.
Hopefully. Yeah. And then Man City, and this is where March, the end of March, might be where Man City drop points. West Ham at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then Liverpool at home.
That's the main one. Liverpool, Newcastle. We just have to see how it goes. We need to win all our games, and then they just need to.
You need to win all these games on the screen.
Yeah.
Right? You need to win all of this and get to the 19th of March. Listen, you got to beat Villa this weekend. You got to beat Leicester the following weekend. You got to beat Everton. at home. You got to beat Bournemouth at home. You got to beat Fulham away. You got to beat Palace away. Palace at home. On the 19th of March, Man City play West Ham at home. You'll have the game in hand. You'll be level on points. This is if both teams do what everyone expects them to do. If West Ham get a draw, you got 2 points clear with a game in hand. Then the next weekend is the 1st of April. On the 1st of April, right? On the 1st of April, let's have a look. Who have you got on the 1st of April, Hash? You got Leeds United at home, and then you got Liverpool away on the 8th of April. Who have City got? City also have Liverpool at home the week before. So Liverpool could destroy a title race for Man City or Arsenal here, potentially. Klopp's team go to Man City on the 1st of April, and Arsenal go away to Liverpool on the 8th of April. So, Man City, Liverpool, April Fool's Day, you're hoping the Fools are going to be Man City that day. That's what you're hoping for, mate. The Fools are going to be in Manchester. And Liverpool's Klopp has his team back. Yotta's back. Diaz is coming back. Van Dijk's coming back. Gakpo's looking a bit better. Salah's looking a bit better.
Yeah.
Fabinho's back soon. So all these players should be back for that Man City game. Yeah. Now that weekend, the 1st of April, you've got to beat Leeds, and you've got to hope Liverpool beat Man City. Liverpool beat Man City, advantage Arsenal. But you've then got to go Liverpool next week. So Liverpool,
we got a bad record there.
Liverpool have Man City away and Arsenal at home in the same week. If you go to Anfield, if Liverpool beat Man City and you go to Anfield and beat Liverpool, mate, that's one hand on the trophy, bruv. Because now you're talking 5-6 games left.
Yeah.
That first week of April. Now you then go away to West Ham, the London Stadium, right? And that, you know what? People are cussing West Ham now. Don't cuss West Ham. I'm telling everyone, do not cuss West Ham. West Ham will come good. There's quality in that squad. David Moyes knows what he's doing. There's been a bit of instability there. They will come good. Mark my words, West Ham will finish top 8. I'm telling you now, bro. West Ham will finish top 8. Now, after that Liverpool win, you got West Ham, then you got Southampton, and then on the 26th of April, and just before that weekend, Man City got Leicester at home, so they're going to win that. And they got Southampton away the week before. They're going to win that. It's just whether Liverpool can do
Southampton, them. Isn't there a bogey team, Southampton?
For Man United, yeah.
Oh, that's for Man United, okay.
So now we fast forward. If Man City on the 26th of April face Arsenal at the Etihad, Arsenal's away form's amazing. I know you lost to Everton, but your away form's been really good this season. I think you're top. Or Man City might have done you today with the win, actually. Man City might have done you today on away form. So that will be the game for me that will decide things. Still not finished because you still got 6 or 7 games after that, or 4 or 5 games after that. But after that, Arsenal for me, right, you got Newcastle away. Hash, I'll tell you what, you know what, bruv? I'm looking at April. It's looking tough, mate. It's looking tough, mate. The second half of April, West Ham away, Man City away, Chelsea at home, Newcastle away, Brighton at home. Bruv, that is a tough finish.
I think it's gonna go to the end of the wire for this whole.
Now, here's this. The last 3 games of Man City versus the last 3 games of Arsenal. Let's have a look at that. The last 3 games of Man City, yeah? The last 4 games of Man City. Leeds at home. A week later, away to Everton that might be in a relegation fight.
Yeah.
Everton in a relegation fight. Sean Dyche, I could see 2-1 all over that, mate. I could see 2-1 all over that. Sean Dyche, the master of relegation survival, the master of upsets and banana skins, ginger football at its finest. I can see him doing something there potentially. Then it gets harder for Man City. They got Chelsea at home, the second last game of the season. Who have you got second last game of the season? Nottingham Forest. If they're in a relegation battle, difficult, but I don't think they will be. I think they've got enough as it looks. The last game of the season, Arsenal got Wolves. You will beat them. The last game of the season, Man City go away to Brentford.
Yeah.
They might be fighting for Europe. They might be fighting for Europe. Ivan Toney, mate.
Brentford beat them at the Etihad as well. So just saying.
Brentford beat who?
Oh, Man City the season at the Etihad. Remember Ivan Toney? That 2 goals.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah.
So this ain't over. This ain't over until the fat lady sings. And on the 28th of May 2023, we will know around 6 p.m. About 6:30 p.m. because it's a 4 p.m. kickoff on the last day of the season. It's always 4 p.m. 6:30 on the 28th of May. Put it in your diaries. That will be the day we know what's going to happen. We've got a comment here from big up. This is going to go down to the wire 100%. But listen, Hash, love for coming on.
Yeah.
Respect to you. You've cooled down. When we came on before and we spoke before we went live, you were in a hash, mate. You were in a hash, mate. You were like, how's this happened? How's this happened? You were in denial. You were like, nah. Whoa, what happened? Well, Gabriel. It was all. But now we've talked about the fixtures. Do you feel a little bit more like, you know what? Party back, Jesus back. Listen, you played pretty much Man City's first 11. There's a couple of players there. Maybe Cancelo's gone. Laporte, is he any better? Stones, is he any better? They had pretty much their first 11 out there, Hash. You know, they haven't got any spinal injuries down the middle. When I mean spinal, I'm talking Thomas Partey, I'm talking Jesus, or a defender that's like key to you. You've got spinal injuries. You're in the theatre now. You need to just click that spine back in. Thomas Partey goes back in. Jesus goes back in.
Yeah.
And you know what? Suddenly, Arsenal are back to that Christmas form, bruv. Back to that November, October, that mad first 4 months of the season that you had. So this title race is not over. This title race is going to go down to the wire. Man United fans, what you saying? Let me know. Are they going to come to the party and be the party pooper and take that title? I don't think so. They ain't got the team for it. They ain't got the squad for it. Arsenal can only win this title if they have good luck with injuries. That's it, Hash. You cannot win this title with key injuries to key men. It's as simple as that. Exactly. Man City can win this title with injuries. That's the difference. Alvarez comes on for Haaland, and Nketiah comes on for Jesus. Yeah. Man City, the area of weakness, maybe their DM position. Rodri's super important. He gets it. Calvin Phillips not quite there yet. It's like when Fernandinho used to be injured. When Fernandinho was at City, looked a different team. For me today, Haaland, you lot didn't do your work on him. Haaland had too many touches. He had 6 touches in the opposition box. 6 in the box. Haaland is a fox. He's a box clever striker. He doesn't need a lot of time. He just needs a couple of touches and it's in the back of the net. The man is a beast, right? You cannot give him 6 touches. Xhaka was lacking without his best mate, Partey. And Xhaka has only looked great, Hash, because of Partey.
Yeah, he gives him that license to go forward, and
license to go forward, and he mops up, and he's just a rock in the middle of the park. Partey.
Exactly.
Partey's so influential to Arsenal that today we saw at this level. In fact, we saw against Brentford as well, Hash. We've seen that when Partey's not 100%, Arsenal 100%. When Odegaard's shut down, Arsenal shut down. When Martinelli's off form, Saka can't do it on his own. You know, when Jesus is out and Nketiah just cannot and ain't good enough. And Arsenal are wounded right now. And you need to get them boys out the treatment room, onto the pitch, and get this show back on the road, bruv.
Exactly.
But we're going to sign off soon. Any other final thoughts, mate? Anything else you want to point out? Anything we've missed off about this performance tonight?
That's it, man. That's it. We just have to focus on next game, Saturday.
What's your message to the Arsenal fans that are watching right now? What are you saying to them? Are you echoing what I'm saying?
Just have to, one game at a time. We just need to bounce back and win those games that you said. Those 3 fixtures, we have to win those. Must win games. Must win. Just get that
Chelsea win. Anfield away.
Yeah.
Liverpool away.
Let's just win all the games. Let's win all the games till to that big fixtures. We'll see what we say then. But
Wicked.
main thing is Saturday, Aston Villa. We need to bounce back, man. We can't afford another
Hey,
draw.
listen, if you don't beat Aston Villa, it's done.
It's done, yeah. Yeah, it's done. I think it'll be done. If we don't beat Aston Villa,
If you don't beat Aston Villa, there is
there's zero chance.
Arsenal have lost the mental. They've lost it. Then if you don't
Yeah.
go to listen, Villa are a good team. I like Villa's team. I think they've got a good squad. I like Villa's
Mm.
squad. I'm not saying it's amazing, but I like it. There's some good young, good talented players. Unai Emery is a master. You've seen what he did in Europe,
Yeah.
in the Europa League.
Yeah.
That man knows how to beat bigger teams,
Mm.
better teams. If you guys get sucked into the Unai Emery trap with Watkins on the counter, with what's his name? I've gone blank. They've got the young English guy, the quick guy. You get caught at Villa Park and you lose that, then I fear that you might not even finish second.
Yeah.
I fear that Arsenal won't even finish second. But I just think that first half performance showed me that Arsenal still got it. But the second half performance showed me that Man City had that gear. And that's scary. That's scary, bruv. They found that gear, man. That's scary because they
Mm.
did something in that second half, which was that maturity. It was oozing. It was oozing. They were purring. And Arsenal at home looked lost and disjointed. And for me, it's not the result. It's never the result with me. It's always the performance with me. Behind the result, the real evidence lies in the performance. And you cannot
Yeah.
just look at a result. You've got to look at the performance in the second half. The second half of the second half, Arsenal looked a man down. Honestly, if watching that, I thought Arsenal were a man down. You know, Man City looked like they had an extra man on the pitch.
Yeah.
And Man City are back. FFP revved up Pep. He came out on that first interview after FFP and he threw it out there. He went, listen, we are innocent. We were innocent before, we're innocent today. And I think the FFP thing has riled him up, Pep. He's found his groove again. He's found that anger, that bit of cockiness, that bit of screw you, F you, middle finger to everyone. And he's gone in that dressing room and said, let's do this. And they went and battered Aston Villa 3-1. They've now beat you 3-1. Nottingham Forest, watch out this weekend. Might be a
Yeah.
4 or 5. And the worrying thing here, Hash, you can win a title by playing really well, or you can win a title when others around you aren't playing well. Ask a Leicester City fan. You could do it the other way, where you are playing okay, but the others around you aren't playing well. Leicester City know all about that. Or you could win a title where you just know you're just too good. And Man City have found that gear in the last 2 games. They
Yeah.
really have found that gear in the last
Exactly.
game. That is scary. That is a scary thing. And
Yeah.
that is the thought coming out of this is I thought, you know what I said to you as well, Hash. I text you. What did I text you, bruv, earlier before the game at 7 o'clock? I text you. We spoke early in the day. What was my prediction? I think I went 2-2, wasn't it?
Yeah. 2-2. Yeah.
I went 2-2 because I thought Arsenal would create more chances, but they didn't. The second half, Arsenal didn't create the chances. And that's the sadness about this whole situation. But like we keep saying, before we sign off, you have 2 world-class players coming back into your squad. World-class players, Jesus and Partey. And you take 2 world-class players out of Man City's team. You take Haaland and Rodri out. Okay, they've got Alvarez. Okay, they might have wherever they have Calvin Phillips. But you take out 2 world-class players in any team, take out Rashford and Casemiro. Let's see where United go.
Yeah.
You know, take away Salah and I don't know.
Blackpool.
Liverpool's probably not a great example, but yeah, whoever you want to take out, yeah. Take out Chelsea's team. Enzo's just slot in, and he's playing the violin in the middle of the park. You take out 2 world-class players out of any team, they're gonna fail unless you got a decent bench, and Arsenal don't have a decent bench. Yet again, listen, I love the name, man. But it's what a name, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, bruv. Come on, mate. We cannot rely on other teams to do the impossible. We need to do what we do best. Listen, yeah to that, mate. Yeah to that, mate. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
an usher. That's an usher. Yeah to that one, mate. It's gonna go down to the wire. It's definitely gonna go down to the last few games. Arsenal have the big 3 to beat. You got Man City away. You got Liverpool away. You got Chelsea at home. That's 9 points there that you need to get those. You need to get minimum draws, if not wins in those. You need Man City to mess up. Man City have found a new gear. Man City are back. Arsenal need their world class players back. Arsenal's bench is weak, But if they keep that first 11 fit, there's every chance you could win this title. I want to say thank you to you again, Hash. We'll see you here hopefully on our Sunday show. Everyone who's watching now, Sunday 9 o'clock, every Sunday 9 o'clock, we have a show debating the big six teams, the results of the weekend. We will be talking about Arsenal going to Villa on Sunday. We will be talking about Man City going to Forest on Sunday. And we'll be talking about United, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Hash, see you soon, mate. Keep your chin up, keep your head up, keep your chest pumped out. You're still there. You're joint top of the league. Keep it Arsenal. Keep it City. Keep it Footy Fanatics. And we'll see you on the next show. Peace out.